Having created a benefit schedule in the prior video, now we're going to be adding participants to a benefit schedule. So we're working with the Westside Intermediate Health Cooking class. This is a benefit schedule that we created. And as a recap, again, this is my diagram taken from the case management data model. And we're looking at the benefit schedule and creating program enrollments and benefit assignments. And you can see, looking at all the different relationships that come out of this, there's a lot going on in benefit assignment. From here, it's a little bit quieter, although what you can see is there's a relationship here that's kind of core between the benefit side and the program side. So to do this search for a benefit schedule, we're going to go out and look at benefit schedules. And the Westside Intermediate Health Cooking class. And from here, we're adding participants. And we have choose participants from. And these are only participants that haven't been added yet. So this is not showing the current participants. These are participants enrolled in the nutrition program. Actually go out to the nutrition program and look at related. We find this is where we have all 8 that are now showing up here. The other option is to show either accounts, Aaron Stevenson here with a phone number, or contacts, Aaron Stevenson with a phone number and an email, because contacts have emails where accounts don't. And it doesn't show an account name here. But if we show for contact, we are seeing an account name. And the trailhead says let's work with program enrollments. So let's say we're going to add Aaron and Alex to the program. So that's 3 of them. And then we're going to click Save. Now at this point, we can actually add some more. So let's look at contacts. That makes simpler, I think. And let's look for something that begins with a G. Look for Georges. So we're going to say, find me all the Georges. And you can see this is a big data set. So let's say we're going to add George Curtis and George Padilla. And let's save those also to our Westside program. Now those are people who wouldn't have had a program enrollment record yet. So adding it is in progress, takes some time. We'll notify you when it's done. So let's go take a look. We can now see is that we have several benefit schedule assignments. So let's go look at a session. So we're going to pick this session. I'm just going to open it in a new tab. And I'm going to look at the related list for this session. And what I'm currently showing is 5 names, which is the first 3 we added plus 2 more. So they've been added. So let's take a look. These are benefit disbursements now. Now actually, if we go out to the program, be able to find George's. So we're going to go to Nutrition Education. We're going to look at related and program enrollments. What we're going to see is we now have added 2 contacts where these guys came in as accounts. So let's also go out and take a look. If we were at Westside, we want to look at the benefit at the related list. And now we have is this benefit assignment group, which includes the Georges and Aaron and Alex. So we've added now to this class. Looking back at the trailhead, the last piece was how do you add a participant to a benefit session? So we have a program that has benefits, a benefit schedule. We have individual sessions. And if we look at connecting that to participants, it's a long way. So the idea of adding people to a session is an interesting one in terms of where that relationship actually shows up. So how do we do it? So we're going to select any session and add participants at the benefit session level. So from the benefit schedule, let's pull up this benefit session again. And so we're in a session, a benefits session. And here we can click Add Participants. We get a similar interface. They're selecting this time, let's go out to Contacts. And they're saying Add Joe Silvas. So I'm going to just type in Silvas. And let's see what we can find. And I'm going to hit a carriage return. That's important. You can't just click down below. You actually have to do the carriage return. And then it selects them. And so what you're seeing here is the full list. And so we're seeing Joe Silvas. And we're going to say, great, let's connect her. We can now save Joe. And it said the participants were added. And we now have 6. What we can do is go out and let's look now at the program, because remember, if we go into nutrition education, this should have created a program enrollment record. So let's go see if she's now there. We're going to view all. And Joe Silvas is now has a program enrollment based on her being added to one session. Hopefully that's a start to learning about benefits schedules and benefits sessions and adding participants. And now we can look at tracking attendance and updating disbursements, which is the back end and the important part.